What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys day number 16 in my 13th annual 31 Days of Horror series, in which we watch and review 31 horror films in 31 days, all during the month of October, leading right up to Halloween. And continuing along with day number 16, I decided to go with a film from 2024 titled Never Let Go. This is a film that came out a few months ago, I believe, and it is a film that is starring Halle Berry, directed by Alexander Aja. Of course, we know Alexander Aja from High Tension, The Hills Have Eyes remake, Mirrors, Horns, Crawl, Piranha 3D. So he kind of has a bunch of stuff all over the place there. But I like Alexander Aja. I think he's decent. His latest film I actually really liked, which was Oxygen from 2021. I thought that movie was really good. It made my top 10 that year. This movie is not as good, but I did actually enjoy it. So the film stars Halle Berry, and she plays a mother of two sons who live out in the forest in an old house, and they must tie ropes to themselves that are connected to the blessed house, and the world that they knew once is gone because an evil came through and essentially infected everybody, and makes them go crazy and infested with evil and do bad things. So while they're out there in the woods, they have to tie a rope to themselves that is connected to the house. Pretty long rope, but still, you're confined to the length of how far the rope can go. And basically, she has two children. I don't know how old, but pretty young, maybe like 12-ish, I would say, maybe a little 10-ish, somewhere around there. And they all, live together, and they have to pray to every day to like ward off the evil. And basically, she tells them that the whole world was like destroyed because there was evil that took over. And there's one day where the kids sort of get separate. One of the kids gets released from the rope, and the evil doesn't get him, but the mom sees the evil, and then the kid starts questioning whether or not his mom is telling the truth. And so yeah, that's basically the plot. Eventually they start running out of food too, so that becomes a problem. But as the audience, you're sort of wondering, okay, is the evil real? Is it not real? Because that's the kind of movie it is. It's a movie that teases you a bit on whether it's real or not, but then more and more things happen, and you're kind of just going through the journey of figuring out what's real, or is it real, or is it not real. I've seen this film compared to a couple other films that will probably I'm not going to compare it to, because I feel like it gives too much away. But I actually thought this movie was pretty enjoyable. I liked all of the performances. I didn't even realize I was watching Halle Berry until like a while. I really didn't. The two kids were fantastic, honestly. I thought they were great great actors. There's some pretty scary moments in the movie too. I like the location and the setting. It's isolated. I'm a big fan of like sort of a contained environment with horror films. I also just love the look of the forest, like very green and mossy. Um, there, you do see the evil. Uh, whether you see it from early on in the film, but you're not sure if it's like what the mom's seeing or what is actually there, because the kids can't see the evil yet, or that's what the mom says, that they can't see it yet, because it hasn't touched them yet, because it wants them to distrust her, basically. But when you do see what she's seeing, it is pretty creepy. Like there's some creepy imagery there that I really liked, and then I thought like I actually really liked the way that most of the film played out. It kind of went in a direction where I was like expecting, but I enjoyed the ride. It wasn't like it's not like it's not a film that like is supposed to be like, aha, gotcha, you know what I mean? It's just it's an interesting ride, I will say. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good, honestly. I know that a lot of people did not like it, but I thought it was pretty good, honestly. So I gave it like a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. It's one of those films that, like, the I guess what people would call like popcorn movies, essentially, where it's not like overly serious or overly complex, but it's like a creepy horror movie that's pretty easy to watch, good acting and stuff like that. I know Moods did not like it at all. I think he gave it like a 5 out of 10, but I'm a little I feel like I'm a little bit more I guess forgiving to like mainstream cinema, but I also don't think that the problems that he had with it I didn't have they didn't bother me nearly as much, if at all. So anyway, that is a review. So with that said, peace out. We'll see you guys next time. Later.